Yo, Errol. like lower your tone just a little bit. You got like a thick voice, bro. That accent, like, that be thick and strong, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I was trying to answer his question, and all I heard was Louisiana. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, no, it's been a cool year, man. Just like a bunch of year of like self-reflection, growth. Sure, like people that's been like listening to the music, it's been a lot more faith-based and a lot more focused on like character development and not
Right.
just like characters, but like people.
Right.
So like this last year, just I've been kind of on a soul searching path of just like aligning my walk with what I feel like my purpose in life is.
You were my top Spotify artist last year. And it has to do with two things. Obviously, you're a super great artist. Like, it's the only way
Appreciate it,
you
bro.
know, I listen to that much DizzyEight. But it's also the fact that you're so consistent in every drop. Like, there's a threshold of quality there. And even if it is like, so I'm not someone that's super religious or anything, but even on those songs, they sound good enough for me to add them to my playlist, you know. Are you strict on yourself when you drop these songs? Like, because it feels like you're doing them very fast, but even while you're doing it fast, your standards are high.
This always been like a standard of how I wanted to keep my music. I will attest to it being as good as it is right now to my wife. She said I suck, and and she said I suck. I won't. That's not her. She wouldn't say it like that, but I heard it. I heard it as I suck.
You heard as
It
you
just,
don't love me?
yeah, yeah, exactly, right? But like in reality, it was just her. My wife is very analytical, and so like when she looks at my art, it wasn't like she was looking at it as if it was bad, but she looked at things as to how to improve things. And so like I never really had anybody tell me nothing like that. Most of the times, like growing up, making music, people were like, "Oh, bro, this should be on the radio. This is dope." And it was just like compliments. Like she was the first person that challenged it in the sense of like, "That's cool, but like." It could be better. And so like now I've gotten to a point to where like even though I'm making music really fast, I'm asking myself, did I complete the assignment? Is this the best it can possibly be in this moment? Maybe I might be better, like I might be a better artist in 2-3 months from
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But right now, am I giving my best in this song right now, right?
Right.
So that's kind of what kind of keeps that standard with each song. It's like I'm always focused on like delivering my best at that moment.
Last year you said you were kind of you're all about singing. You weren't feeling rap that much.
Yeah,
But recently you've dropped a few nice rapping verses. Of course, the Battle Beast rap with
yeah,
DPS.
that was dope.
That feature was, I think, your best feature, one of your best.
I
At least in
appreciate it.
recent history, your best
I
feature.
appreciate it.
What got you back to wanting to rap a bit?
It just kind of I won't say I wanted to rap. I just fucking just what the songs were called for. That specific verse, I was just mad. I had a bad day. I had a bad week, and so he asked me to be on it, and the beat was this gritty boom bap beat, and I was like, yeah, I get to be angry at something, because I feel like in life I'm, especially with like what I believe, we're not called to act in anger. He asked me to be on that song. He gave me an outlet to pour my aggression onto.
And you've been holding on to that a while, is what you're saying.
I won't say a while. It just all floated really well that week. Like he asked at the right time.
It feels like a lot of nerdcore are being way more dynamic with their delivery now, right? It's not just about saying something in a cool way that rhymes and that sounds good, but it's like, how can I inject my personality further into it,
Yeah.
right? Even if it's about a character, how do I make this mine? You
Yeah.
know, you already could sing, you already could rap, and you're getting thousands of compliments from fans every day, all the time. How do you even push out of that pocket of support to then say, I want to be more dynamic? Like, what triggered in your mind?
Even in my early stages, right, I had always it's hard for me to just listen to a straight rap verse with the same flow. You have to be dynamic. That was always something in my head because I feel like I myself have a short attention span. So like if I can't, hone into it, I know somebody else isn't going to. So I always have the idea of there needed to be moments in how I delivered my music. And sometimes it's hard to do that because it's just like when you get, I know when you get into a rhythm, you kind of just kind of flow with it in that flow state. You're looking at the song as a whole, but you're also looking at how do I create different moments within the song, which makes it stick into memory a lot better because it's like, I want to listen to this whole song because of this part that he does right here. There's a part right here. There's a part right there that I like. It's like you're enjoying. Right. You have different ways of enjoying the song at different moments. So like I kind of got into it just because of how I like listening to music. I love when artists do that, and so I try to make the music that I enjoy listening to.
What's the favorite line that you've said since last year that we spoke?
Yo, that's a crazy thing to ask me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You're like, I don't even remember what I said.
Bro, exactly. Yo, you can give me a line right now, and I wouldn't know that I said it. I don't know if I have.
Maybe a favorite sentiment that you've pushed out, like in a song.
Okay. So I have a song called Breaking Limits, which is about Super Saiyan. Well, it's inspired by Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We had a Bible study, and what we got from the Bible study is what I poured into that song. The wisdom that was imparted upon me, I was able to like transmute it into my music. And this is like scripture. I don't have the exact scripture. I will give you the scripture after this to put at the bottom of the screen. But it's about the more you're around fools, you'll also become a fool. So the more you're around wise people, you'll be wise. The more you're around fools, the more you'll become a fool.
And so surround yourself with people that, okay. Yeah.
I don't remember how I said it in the song, but I remember liking it a lot.
I don't know what I said, but whatever I said, I think of that. It was good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite guilty pleasure song? Do you have any?
Guilty? Okay, what do you mean by that? Okay.
Like that you listen to that you're like other people are gonna think this is lame, but I like it a lot.
I feel like other people would think it's weird, but people within our community would think it's weird. But like the intro of the first season of Steins Gate is one of the most immaculate songs I've ever heard in my life.
Okay.
But I think if I show that to a person who didn't know about anime, probably think I'd be a weirdo for listening to that.
Okay. No, I feel because some Naruto openings, I still listen to.
Yeah, nah, it's crazy.
So no, I feel you there. Can you share a funny story or something unexpected that happened while you're writing a song or working with someone?
Okay, this is old. This is like when I first started out with my dad. I guess you could think this could be funny, but this is where I get my conviction from.
Okay.
I remember like when I first started out, I was recording a song. I don't remember the song. My dad was recording me, and I was kind of just like just kind of talking it. And he just looked at me. He was just like, say it with your chest. Say it like you mean it, or get out. And I just felt like I felt played. I didn't like how he was talking to me. And so like, if you ever wonder what that comes from, it comes from that. I felt like he was playing with me. You know, I love my dad, but I think that he told me something. I think that was a funny story in the sense of like, he basically told me to be a man. In so many words, like stop being a little kid, stop being, you know what I'm saying, be a man. If you're gonna say it with your chest, say it like you mean it. Or I don't believe it. If I don't believe it, get out of my studio. So, like.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's where I get all my conviction from in my music.
And how old were you?
I was like 11, 10, 11.
Oh my God. Okay. So you got a head start because your dad just knew exactly what to say there. Last time we spoke, you probably had plans for songs, right?
Yeah.
You had career moves you were thinking about making. Lots of things can happen and change within the year. Say we talk again in a year. What message or what feeling or what goal from today would you like to say to the DizzyEight of 2026?
Just make sure that you're making music with people in mind. Like I'm a firm believer in like us as artists have a responsibility to other people of the audience that we're making music for. Like, yeah, we make music for ourselves, sure, but I just feel like so many people are impacted by what we do that it would be irresponsible to make music and not consider the people that's listening to it. And
Yeah.
so, like, for me, I just would like to encourage myself moving forward to not be focused on numbers, not be focused on success, be focused on your purpose. You're here for a reason. You're making music for a reason. You're making music for people, for that kid who might be feeling like, he can't keep going, but gets motivated by one of your songs. Like, so it's just like for me, it's just like what I do is bigger than myself. It's always been bigger than myself. I'm not here by my design. I'm not here because I'm a great artist. I'm here because I'm supposed to be here for a purpose and to reach people and to reach souls. And so I would encourage myself to continue to stay on that path, continue to have that mindset.
That's great. That's great. Tell me about nerdcore, because there's always discussions around this space and how people feel about it, where it started, where it is now. Where do you see nerdcore in the future? What do you think we're doing well? What do you think we can improve on?
That's a cool question. I think one thing that we do well with, right, is that we are very supportive in the sense of whether some people feel differently about different things. I don't really care about what those people think because they're echo chambers, right?
Yeah.
But like as a whole, compared to any other community, internet community, nerdcore is the most supportive with the artists and the fans. It's like a one big family, and like there's always support. No matter what stage you're at, no matter what level you're at, if you're dope or you don't even have to be that. You can be just starting out. You're gonna get some level of support, and I think that's something that we do very well.
Yeah.
And I think we're very hard workers. I think in terms of like releasing music online, I think we might be the hardest working community on the internet. No one else drops music at this rate.
I can't keep up.
It's just insane. If I feel like there's something that we can improve upon, I think identity of oneself. I feel like we are a family, but we all have different lanes. And I think this is where like it's a lot harder to break into nerdcore than it was back in 2020, right? Because one, COVID, of course, but like, and yet everybody was on the internet, so it was easier to reach more people. But I think at this stage, right, and this is even for the bigger artists, right, that like to just break out and expand is developing an identity for yourself, developing your own brand, and setting yourself apart from everybody else. Like we can't have 10 peso Pete's, bro. We can't have 10 DizzyEight, 10 DPSs. It doesn't work that way. You have to. We're all a family. We're all doing our own thing, but you should be forging a path that fits you, and that's what people are going to gravitate to. And then I think as a whole, we can expand when we stop looking. You should always looking to evolve. So we can't be doing, if what we're doing today is the same thing that we were doing 2 years ago, that's a problem. That means we haven't grown. What I look like in 2 years shouldn't be how I look like right now. And
For sure.
and that's what I would say. People shouldn't get stagnant in where they're at. Okay, this works, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah, it works, but how can it be improved upon? How can we be better?
Right. I like that answer.
I'm gonna use. This is funny. I'm so influenced by my wife, yo. So I'm gonna use this like just a visual diagram. Imagine nerdcore as a giant circle, right?
Yeah.
That's like our full family is a giant circle. Within that circle, there's smaller circles, right? Those are like, just think of like you have your big family, and then you have your nuclear family. You have different families. So like, you might have a family, a wife, or a husband and children, and another wife, husband. Like we're all connected, but we're still all kind of doing our own thing in a sense. Like and I think that is what people coming into should really focus on. Like coming in, you shouldn't be looking at, yo, I need to work with DizzyEight. No, when you come in, And you should look at other people that's around you where you're at. Yo, who else is doing dope things? Yo, hey, let's work, let's do things, let's try and make things happen. Because that's essentially what happened with. That's why we're here today, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? DPS and Fable didn't have other people that they worked together. You feel me? Rush just worked with the people around them. Rush just pick people up from beneath them, right? So like, it wasn't. It's looking at who's around you, who's below you. Don't focus on who's above you. Focus on the people around you and how you can uplift those people.
Yeah.
You're still family with the people that might be in a different spot than you, but what they got going on ain't really my business. It's not really for me to be worrying about. If we work, that's awesome. If we don't, that's still cool. I'm still gonna support you, and you're still gonna support me. And I think that's the idea that people should have coming in, of like, how do I build my tribe? Yeah. We're all a giant family, but you know what I'm saying? We all can't move as a giant unit. It's too many people.
Too much coordination is needed for that, yeah, for sure. Before I close it out, do you have any projects underway that you're willing to tease?
You know, I'm not gonna do that today. I ain't gonna do that today. Cause I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Okay.
But hey, I'm gonna say this though, right? My dog Arrow, right?
Oh, okay.
My dog Arrow said he dropping an album when he get the 10K.
You heard it here first.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Go check the receipts. Hey, so if everybody that watched this video, go subscribe to Arrow Allen, dog. And that project about to be gas, dog. I'm talking, man. Listen, fire, bro.
It's about to be gas.
Gas. Go get my man the 10K, man.
All right. All right, man. Thanks, Dizzy.
Good talking to you.